Because what I'll do is, oh my gosh, you're triggered. That's awesome. Oh my gosh, you feel fast. That's awesome. My first response to a negative emotion is, that's awesome. Because if I'm frustrated, I'm about to have a breakthrough. All right, so we're going to pop into emotional strength. And if you think about it, emotional strength is the lever to your physical strength, your physical fitness. Because how many times I don't feel like it? There's that word feel in there. I don't feel good today. Oh, I'm feeling tired. I feel irritated. I gotta tell you, when you feel irritated, when you feel angry, when you feel those negative emotions, that is the most important time to go walking. Because light is emotion and emotion is energy. So all of that energy is in your body. When you're really angry, it's all explosive energy happening in your body. And the best way to navigate that is get it out of your body through physical emotion. And so I want to teach you a tool that, for me, it was foundational when I got really into this. Like when I really put my mind to it and my heart to it, it really changed the way I approach things. And so this is one of those foundational things that I think if we could actually make this a focus even the entire month and really get it into us and really get understanding this, it's going to make a massive difference in your life, just plain and simple. Because if you think about it, emotions, they drive your life. They really do. And how you approach them changes the way you approach your entire life. And so with that foundational, if I could find a way to even press this in even more to you guys, like how important this is and how life-changing it is, you have to put it into action. You actually have to follow through and do it. So, I gotta turn on the light. I can see my video. I'm doing what I want. There. All right. So let's dive in to one of the most important. If I could teach this to the entire world over and over again, I think I would be happy. Okay. And so it's master your emotions, master your life. Think about that. Today's not another lesson. It is an invitation into a turning point. This thing is a really powerful force that is shaping your entire destiny. Because it's not actually what happens to you, it's how you feel about it and what you do with that feeling that changes everything. For instance, you can have somebody that, like two people, that go through the exact same thing, the exact same circumstance. Say two people, one, they were both beat as children and had abusive parents that physically abused them. One of them totally leverages that and they become like a foundation. They start a foundation where they are able to support other children who've been abused, or maybe they use that and they launch their own business and they're wildly successful and incredibly healthy. The other one, because of the way they approached it, is angry, bitter, frustrated, going out lashing out, becomes homeless. Literally, same experience, two totally different outcomes. They see this about pastors' kids a lot. I have two pastors' kids, so they will either go one way or the other. They grow up with a pastor, and sometimes they walk and they follow God with their whole life, and they follow in the footsteps of their parents, and they're really healthy and they're doing well. Some of them will actually turn away from God completely, and become atheists and the whole entire different road. Why is that? Guys, it's your emotions. It's all how you're experiencing things. And here's the key to this. Your emotions are a call to action. They're not your curse. They're call to action. You can harness them, you can transform them, and you can literally take control of your life. For me, I was talking about this yesterday. I went through a period of my life that if I would have approached it with this very approach, it would have been less painful for me by 100%. Think about it. Have you ever just had a day where everything was like fine, but you felt off? You're like, this is just an off day. Have you ever said that? I'm having an off day. What did you do with that? Did you take massive action? Did you show up as your best self? Probably not. All right? Now, put that as a contrast with the time you were actually lit up with joy, with passion, with gratitude. Did you move a little faster, connect a little deeper, and achieve even more? I figured it out, man. Sometimes I wake up in the morning, it's like, oh, this is such a struggle. And the first thing I have to do is, what is my mind on? Where are my emotions? How am I thinking about this? We actually don't act based on what we know. We act based on how we feel. That's why emotional mastery, it's not a luxury. It's not a just show up and think about it. No, that was a nice lesson, Rebecca. That's great. This is a must. This is an absolute must have. So, quick exercise. I want you to think of something that you hope will happen. I've got something I hope will happen. When you hope for something, how do you really feel? Hope is like, I hope I can get this. I hope it'll all turn out. I hope. So that's how you feel when you're just hoping. All right, now shake that off. Now close your eyes. Now think of the very same thing right now, but expect that it's going to happen. Be certain that it's going to happen. Know that it's going to happen. How does that feel in your body? How does that change how you show up? Do you feel the shift? Do you feel the clarity? Do you feel the energy? Now think about something sad for just a moment. Feel how that feels in your body. Just think about something that's sad, that makes you kind of depressed or how does that feel in your body? Okay, now switch it. I want you to think about something happy for a minute. What makes you really happy? What gets you excited? What gets your passion running? What really lights you up? What lights your fire? How does that feel in your body? All right, just a couple of more now. Right now, I want you to think about something that really irritates you. It really annoys you. I wish he wouldn't do that. I wish she wouldn't. Oh, she's so annoying. Where is that? I can already feel it in my body. I can feel that in my shoulders. I feel that tension come up. I'm breathing less deep. Just feel that. Oh, man. That guy just really ticked me off. Oh, that dryery sucks. All right, now shake that one off. Shake that one off. Shake that one off. All right, I want you to think about a time when you just really had peace. You were calm, you were clear, and you knew everything would be wonderful. It's all turning out. Think of that place that you go when you really can feel peace. For me, it's the side of the mountain in a very special spot where the sun beats down on my face and warms me up in these cooler winter mornings. Your shoulders kind of go down, they loosen up, your neck not so tight. Take a deep breath. All right. Now I just want you to put a big smile on your face, show at least 8 teeth. Smile on your face. And come back in the room. We can start the music too. Smile on your face. All right. Now we're going to do this. We're going to do this. Get your superhero pose. My husband's going to be the green giant. I think he does that. Ho, 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 green giant. That's a commercial for any of those who don't live in the United States and haven't watched TV for a very long time. All right, just hold that superhero pose, and I want you to put a smile on your face. Yes. Yes. Oh my gosh, we should get a picture of this. This is too awesome. Keep your superhero pose on. Don't stop. Bobby, get your superhero pose on. You gotta get your superhero pose on. I call you out, girl. We're all gonna sit here until you do it too. There you go. There we go. There we go. There we go. How did that affect your emotions? Right there. You can't be happy when you're a smile on your face. All right. Today I want to teach you, look how easy it is to go back and forth between emotions. Your emotional state can change like that, like in a heartbeat, in an instant. You could be so happy with your day, and then somebody comes in and they swerve in front of you, and your whole day is bad. It can change everything. So I want to teach you to decode your emotions. They're not your enemies. They're actually signals. And I know I've explained this before, but if I could wire this into your brains personally right now, I really would. It is so important to understand these. Okay, just like when Eliza was sick, you had symptoms, right? And that's how you knew you were sick. So, maybe a runny nose, a fever, aching, kind of, right? And that's the body saying, hey, I need some love and care and attention right now. And so what do you do as a result? You know that you need to rest, probably stay home so you don't share it with the world. Maybe you support your immune system. There's so many things that you could be doing. And in the same way, emotions are signals. They're just signals that your heart, your soul needs some care and attention. And so we can do that right away. Just like when you're sick, you can go, oh, wow, okay, so I need some Kleenex. I'm going to stay at home, maybe some immune support. I'm going to do these things. The same thing with your emotions. oh, I've got a symptom. I need to do something about that symptom. So say you have the emotion of fear. That's your body. Now, this is so important. We're going to send out a resource to you with this whole thing. You need so you know which one it is. The emotional processing resource. If you could get that into WhatsApp chat. I'm wondering if I'll ever truly be able to say WhatsApp chat really well. But maybe I'll go WhatsApp. Or no, still can't say it, right? All right, fair enough. All right, so if you say you've got fear, it's your body telling you, hey, be on alert. Like, I want to be on alert. Get ready. Step up. Like, face this thing. Or if you have anger, it means a value of yours or a rule that you have put into your life has been violated. And so that's a moment you communicate or you set boundaries. You figure out, why am I angry? Same thing with frustration. Like, I'm frustrated. That usually means you have this opportunity to learn. You have an opportunity for breakthrough. Frustration is a gift because when you feel frustrated, it's a moment you're going to get resourceful and you're going to see that breakthrough you're looking for. So if you could change your mind today and say, frustration is actually a part of my breakthrough, how would that change your approach? Guilt. Guilt should not lead you into shame. It usually does. And me and Amber have a policy. The minute we feel shame, we immediately expose it because shame just invites hiding. And so we do the opposite of it. And so when there's shame that's coming up, hey, I feel shame, so I'm just going to get this out in the open. It takes away all the power to the shame. And then sometimes we're just left with guilt, right? Guilt, what do you do with guilt? It just means you've gone against your own values. You haven't been congruent with yourself, and it's just time to course correct. I hope I'm not saying these too quickly because they're so important. What if you're feeling hurt? What hurt means, to be frank, is turn your expectations into appreciation. Because when you're hurt, an expectation is not being met, and you have a feeling of loss. You get the opportunity to change your behavior, the way you're communicating your needs. How about disappointment? Oof, disappointment. Again, it's expectations. Maybe your expectations are not appropriate for that situation. Inadequacy. Who's ever felt inadequate? I laugh because, yeah, it's real, right? Inadequacy. You get the opportunity to improve what you're doing or to change your own criteria. Overwhelm, famous overwhelm. I'm actually finding right now different crazy ways that I'm in overwhelm and don't even realize it. Have you ever said, like, I have a million things to do? With the feminine energy especially makes things bigger, right? So I have a million things, it's probably like 10, right? We speak in these unrealistic terms. I have 100 things I could teach on today. Or when you're using words like that, that's actually the subtle sign you're in overwhelm. And I was like, well, shoot, I'm in overwhelm more than I realized. Yeah, all that is an invitation to prioritize. And that is that, when I taught you all that time management is a mindset, not a system. It's what do I want? Why do I want it? Who am I going to be as a result? And how am I going to get there? And then you've got a classic emotion of loneliness, which is something we want to officially combat in this room. It's dangerous to go alone, isn't it? Everything is easier when you're with others. I know it never came up more for me in my life than when I was battling like terrible insomnia. If my husband was dead asleep, snoring, logs or whatever, I think sawing logs, that's what it is. Running the lawnmower, whatever, it would drive me absolutely crazy. I'd be jealous of his sleep. And I'd have such a hard time emotionally in the midst of that. But now what he does is he just gets up with me and helps me to get back to sleep. And it takes the sting of it away. And it makes it so much easier. So what do we do with our emotions, guys? It really is. People laugh at, I've gotten to this place where I'm sitting in a client meeting and they think I'm a little crazy, and it's totally okay. Because what I'll do is, oh my gosh, you're triggered. That's awesome. Oh my gosh, you feel fast. That's awesome. My first response to a negative emotion is, that's awesome. Because if I'm frustrated, I'm about to have a breakthrough. If I'm triggered, I'm about to get healing. If I'm confused, I'm going to get new understanding. It's all a gift. The whole thing's a gift. It's so exciting. And so people think I'm nuts, but man, if you really walk in what I'm teaching you today, if you really put it in action in your life, every time you feel a crappy emotion, you're going to be like, heck yeah, let's go, baby. This is awesome. When I get angry, I get this moment to examine my inner rules and the laws I've created in myself that maybe they're something that helps me, but I can't expect other people to follow my internal rules. And sometimes I think we put too many rules on our own selves, don't we? So let's go deeper. All right. So everybody shake your body out because there's a lot to go today and I'm going a little longer and it's totally okay. But we're going to shake our body out. All right. 6 steps to emotional mastery. Number 1, appreciate the emotion. Identify it. Say, okay, I'm feeling angry. And a lot of times we say, I feel angry. And that's the invitation for the lava to rise up. Right? But really, because I feel angry, that's awesome. Now I know that I've got this internal rule that's been broken. I get this opportunity to look at what's going on in my internal world. It's a signal. So I say, thank you. All right, step 2, clarify the message. What is this trying to tell me? Especially with anger or fear. I feel like anger is like, well, I'm angry. I can now authorize the lava flow, right? Or I'm scared. So that gives me, maybe I wasn't meant to do this. Maybe this isn't really my destiny. Maybe I can shrink back. Maybe I can put a glass ceiling over myself so I can feel safer. Now, there's genuine fear, like you're on the cliffside and you shouldn't jump. Right? That's real fear, and it's fear that's working for you so you don't die. Okay, I'm not talking about that kind of fear, but when Lydia was launching her juice business, her juice bar, my gosh, there was fear, right? There's fear. But she had to recognize it and face it. And it's not this, I can put a glass ceiling. I can cower. I cannot shine my light. So now I actually have to figure out, what is this actually telling me? What is this fear telling me? What is this anger telling me? What is this hurt actually telling me? The hurt might not mean that, oh my gosh, that person's evil and bad and I'm never going to talk to them again. That hurt, a lot of times we have to say, is this happening to me right now? Or is this actually something that happened to me in the past that I'm re-experiencing through the face of somebody else? Because I'll tell you, a lot of hurt happens that way. Not all of it. But it's a good question to ask yourself, isn't it? Is this right now pain? Or is this pain from the past that's coming back to me? So clarify the message. What is this telling me? Do I need to change my perspective or my behavior? Do I need to think differently or do something differently? Step 3, create a focus. Ask yourself, how do I actually want to feel? Too many of us have excused ourselves out of responsibility. I am a victim to my emotions. I did it. I think we've all done it. I did it terribly. I put myself in a suffering state for a few years over some things that had happened. And I did that. And that was my choice. Now, I didn't realize that at the time I was victim to what was going on inside of me. And I did everything I could to just keep showing up. But I could have said, how do I actually want to feel? And then ask myself, what do I have to believe to actually be able to feel that way right now? And maybe, I'm hurt. Okay, hurt is telling me this message, right? I'm getting a signal that my soul needs some love and care. What is that hurt trying to tell me? So what's great about this that I'm not seeing yet? I love that question. What is great about this thing that I'm not seeing yet? If you can debrief every day and think about that alone will change your life. Step 4, there's 6 steps. Step 4, get confident. You've handled hard things before. You can handle this too. Especially in that anger, fear state, right? It's like, I am so, and it just gets bigger, right? Sit and take a moment and recall a time when you beat that emotion and let that memory fuel you. Step 5, get certain. This is where, basketball players, I think it was Jordan, does 500 shots a day, something like that. He's doing the work on the backside so that when that moment comes that he needs it, he can do it easily. I think it's Steph Curry, doesn't even look at where he's throwing a shot anymore. He just and it just goes. And it's constantly a slam dunk. That's because of the work they did in private. It's because of the daily work that they did. So we rehearse new ways to respond when we're not actually feeling that way. Take yourself through a few emotions and take yourself out of them and practice that. Walk yourself through this exercise every day for a month, this whole month. I dare you to walk yourself through this exercise all month long. Don't wait for life to test you. Train in advance. Last step, get excited. Get excited and take action. Do something right now that proves you're in charge, not the emotion. I've done that. Oh no, I'm in charge here. We're not doing this today. No. I am not a victim. And remind you, yes, you can be victimized, but you do not have to be a victim. Personal responsibility is huge. And so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start planting the positive. So here, I'm going to put these into chat. Here's just a list of 10 emotions that you can intentionally feel daily. Just like I talked you through a little earlier. All I have to do is, okay, right now, I want to feel appreciation and gratitude. What am I going to do? I already feel it because I've gotten good at this. I appreciate that my husband totally showed up for me last Tuesday when I needed him. I appreciate that yesterday he asked me out on a date and I felt so good. I appreciate the sunrise. I appreciate my best friend who's always there for me. Oh my gosh. Already I've talked myself into joy. Curiosity. Curiosity is really fun. I go into, you can catch yourself, right? And this is a deeper training. Hang tight with me. Y'all with me yet? It's so important. Okay, this is an important step. Get curious. It's I am so, this is interesting. This is fascinating. Fascinating's my word. If you're around, I feel so fascinated. And I like, what is going on there? And you can catch yourself in the moment. You can take that thought captive and you can change it right in that moment. This is what I want to see you guys be able to do, is master your emotions in the moment. Coach yourself in the moment. Be so own what's going on inside of you that this is that unshakable life that we're talking about. Plant these in, prime yourself every morning with these emotions. I wake up in the morning, the first thing you do, right, is, what's on the phone? What's Facebook doing? What are my messages? And you start out with, why do I feel so grumpy? What if you started your day with, how can I feel love and warmth even more today? How can I appreciate even more the life I've been given in this moment? How can I focus on waking up fully responsible, fully in charge, full of vitality? Who can I contribute to this morning? What can I do to bless somebody? Who can I text to just encourage them today? What can I put in the WhatsApp chat? See, I said it right. That will actually move somebody's day into a better direction. Start there. Start there and see how your day changes. Feel these emotions every single day, even just for 2 minutes. And you're going to become emotionally unshakable. And that is my wish for all of you, for all of us, that we can become unshakable. For the most part, guys, I have become unshakable. I will have my days. Last Tuesday was one of them. And they gave me such a freaking amazing opportunity to realize, there's something from way back there that I needed. Now I've got an opportunity to take care of that thing. And I don't know if y'all watched The Flash, but I've learned so many cool lessons from The Flash. But to be able to go back, go run really fast, run, don't stop it, go, just run really fast back to that moment and put some closure on it so it doesn't have to enter your today. So here's your assignment. In the next 48 hours, whenever a negative emotion shows up, we're not going to run from it. We're not going to ignore it. We're going to use it. Go through these 6 steps. Eunice is going to send this out in the WhatsApp chat. Oh, I said it twice. Okay. WhatsApp chat to see. It's so that you guys can walk through it. It's a trail you can walk every single morning, every single day. Really start getting it into your nervous system. It'll change your life if you approach your emotions this way. So when a negative emotion shows up, you're not going to run from it. You're not going to ignore it. Instead, you're going to use it. You're going to go through the 6 steps, journal it, reflect on it, and fully own it. And you're going to create a go-to list of things that make you feel good anytime. Breathing deeply, movement, music. Who did I see? What do y'all really has found that music is the thing that really will tap into the positive emotions? Music's great. I know Tammy was one of them. When she gets into the music, that will change her emotional state. And then finally, so movement, music, gratitude. Gratitude is my go-to. I can pull gratitude out of my pocket like that. I can. It's just fast. And that sometimes when you're in that not so good state, it's really hard to be happy about anything. Right? Right. So for each action signal, fear, anger, guilt, install a new belief, empower yourself. Think of something else, another story to say to yourself. There's always a way. There's always a solution. I'll stay resourceful. So emotions drive absolutely everything, but today forward, you get to drive your emotions. You're in the driver's seat. You get to own that. You're not victim to how you feel. You're not just reacting to life. You're redirecting it. Okay? So I'm going to put we're going to have short breakout rooms today. But I'm going to put in some questions if y'all want to get them. All right. So I'm going to send you all to breakout rooms to really dive into these. If you can put this to work in your life, this will change everything. Everything. So let me simplify it really quick. Some emotions coming on. What am I feeling? Okay. First thing, what am I feeling? What is the message it's trying to give me? Do I need to think something differently or do something differently? Okay. 3 simple steps. So I made the 6 into 3. The 6 are in depth of these 3. All right. So Amber, I didn't even make you. Okay. Oh, I'm going to get better at this. Or I can assign this to another person is what I need to do. All right. Amber's going to create quick breakout rooms. How's everybody getting this? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Doing good? Doing good? All right. All right. 3 special steps. Yep. Agent Oso. I love it. That's what I was thinking. You are hearing my thought. My kids watched Agent Oso. And I love the simple 3 special steps. All right. She's still looking. I want to tell you that everybody is on, and I'm going to go into this more next week, but you're on a line of either victim or responsible. But when you're a victim, you're not taking responsibility, you're not taking ownership. And so you're not being in charge of you. And so I'm telling you, you don't have to feel anything you don't want to feel. You can assign it the positive meaning. We've been through the magnet before. This is just crucial. I'm going to harp on this because this is so important. All right.